So, my story is about a woman who shoots a man who tried to meet up with her young daughter over the internet. So, Troy George Skinner flew out from New Zealand to meet up with a young girl that he had met on Discord. After a few months of communication, the girl eventually stopped talking to him. And because of that, Troy flew all the way from New Zealand to meet up with her without her knowledge in the US. When he arrived at the house, he broke in through the back door, and then the mom noticed that he was breaking in, and she repeatedly reminded him that she was armed and that she would not hesitate to hurt him if he actually broke in. He eventually did break in, and the mother shot him twice in the neck. He had been arrested, but he had not been charged with anything yet, and so far the mother has not been charged either. So the ethical question here is, was the woman's decision to shoot Troy the right decision? These are kind of sub-questions right here. Was there another way she could have handled the situation? What were the alternatives? And what criminal charges could she face as a result of her actions? The moral agent in this case is the mother. This is because she made the conscious decision to shoot Troy when he had entered the residence armed and dangerous. Her maternal instinct to protect her child and herself came in, and she did what she thought was right to protect herself and her kid. It wouldn't be necessary to shoot somebody to stop them from doing something, but since the mother was alone with no help, her situation and responsibility was to protect her child. The subject of moral worth here is Troy Skinner. He is the subject because he was the one most affected by the decision made by the mother. However, if he had not made the choice to go and find the girl, he could have avoided getting an injury or in trouble with the law. How should we answer this question? Through consequentialism and deontology. Depending on the paradigm you look at the situation through, your answer could vary. If you looked at this through the consequentialist paradigm, then it would be an ethical decision to shoot the man. If she had shot him and he had died, then that would be the consequence of her action, but it would have beaten the possible 2 casualties if she had done nothing. The man came armed, and she didn't know what his motives for coming were. There were too many unknown factors. Since Skinner had lived, she will likely face the consequences of paying a fine or serving some time, but at the end of the day, her daughter and herself are still alive. On the other hand, you can look through the deontology paradigm, and this paradigm will tell you that her decision was an unethical one. In deontology, the right thing to do outweighs the good. So in this case, the wrong thing to do is kill somebody, and that is probably what the mom was aiming to do by shooting him twice in the neck. Despite being in danger, the law prohibits murder of any kind, and then through deontology, it would be unethical to try and shoot the man. I think the best way to answer if the question was ethical or not is through the consequentialist paradigm, because it takes the situation into consideration more so than the deontology paradigm would have.